Let's discuss the solution for mitigating ransomware attacks in this video. We know what the ransomware is and how attacker is targeting individuals and organizations. Microsoft best practices for ransomware protection are based on a three-step approach. First one is prepare your recovery plan. Second one is limit the scope of the damage. And third one is make it hard to get in. In the first phase, which is prepare your recovery plan, you plan to minimize the monetary incentive from ransomware attackers by making it harder to access and disrupt systems or encrypt or damage key organization data. And also make it easier for your organization to recover from an attack without paying the ransom. In the second page, which is limit the scope of damage, you make the attackers work a lot harder to gain access to multiple business critical systems through privilege access roles. And limit the attacker's ability to get privilege access makes it much harder to profit off of an attack on your organization, which makes it more likely they will give up and go elsewhere. In the third phase, which is make it hard to get in, you plan to raise friction for entry but will take time to complete as part of a larger security journey. The goal of this phase is to make the attackers work much harder as they try to obtain access to your on-premises or cloud infrastructures at the various common points of entry. There are many tasks, so it's important to prioritize your work here based on how fast you can accomplish them with your current resources. From Microsoft ecosystem perspective, Azure Backup Service could be a solution for ransomware attacks. Azure Backup provides security to your backup environment, both when your data is in transit and at rest. With Azure Backup, you can backup on-premises files, folders, and system state, entire Windows and Linux VMs, Azure Managed Disk, Azure File Shares to a storage account, and SQL Server databases running on Azure VMs. The backup data is stored in Azure storage and the guest or attacker has no direct access to backup storage or its contents. Even in a compromised environment, existing backups can't be tampered with or deleted by the attacker. Azure Backup provides built-in monitoring and alerting capabilities to view and configure actions for events related to Azure Backup. Backup reports will serve as one-stop destination for tracking usage, auditing of backups and restores, and identifying key trends at different levels of granularity. Azure Backup's monitoring and reporting tools can alert you to any unauthorized, suspicious, or malicious activity as soon as they occur. Checks have been added to make sure only valid users can perform various operations. These include adding an extra layer of authentication. In Azure Backup, as part of adding an extra layer of authentication for critical operations, you are prompted to enter a security PIN before modifying online backups. You, as a cybersecurity architect, may not directly involved in designing the backup solution using Azure Backup, but as part of the review process, you will ensure that there is an appropriate design in place and security PIN is enforced as a best practice. You also then ensure the security PIN is recorded rightly in key management system and ensure only right people can access that particular key.